Welcome back to Crunchtime Chaos. I'm your host, Earl Spence, joined by co-host Sham Malik. Say what's up.
It's good. It's good.
We're back for episode 3. We got a lot to talk about, starting with some breaking news happening in NFL today. Micah Parsons requesting a trade from the Dallas Cowboys after the contract negotiations between Jerry Jones and his son Stephen Jones. They've been going back and forth. Jerry Jones taking a lot of shots at Micah Parsons and his team. I mean, he always does this stuff, but this takes it to a new level. Obviously, Micah Parsons, one of the best defenders in the league, and he posted on his Insta story pretty much saying, "I no longer want to be here."
Yeah, I mean, it's about time, right? He should have been signed a long time ago. The fact that he took him this long to request a trade is honestly, I'm kind of more shocked at that. I'm not surprised at the fact that he requested a trade. Jerry Jones and Michael Parsons have been going back and forth. There haven't been any developments in contract negotiations, and if there have, they've been backwards, right? So this seems like the right time for Michael Parsons to request a trade. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He makes an immediate impact on on all other 29 teams in the NFL. That's not a doubt. There's no conversation there. He would make an immediate impact. I'm not sure who's going for him, right? Because this did just break like not even a couple hours ago, I think. So I'm not sure who's gonna try to go for him, who needs him. A lot of teams need him, right? But I'm not sure who's gonna lead that trade talk.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either. I mean, obviously, if anyone wants Micah Parsons, he's still young, already 4 Pro Bowls, over 50 plus sacks already in his career, and he's still going to keep going. You should have just paid him. I don't know why Jerry Jones always does this. Here we are, August 1st now, and we're still talking about Jerry Jones. Just get it done. I mean, I can't blame him. Was I surprised? A little, but not really. I actually thought something would kind of get done, but honestly, I don't really see him going anywhere.
So you think do you think they're gonna end up like negotiating, trying to find an extension there or no?
Eventually, like you said, I don't like what you said. I don't know what the odds that he has to go to, but I just know it's gonna be a hefty amount, and it's very well deserved. Like you say, he could help any of 31 team in the NFL. So, but
Yeah,
eventually,
of
this could lead
course.
to it. It's probably like a proper like a threat. So like you better sign me. But I mean, when your own boss like disrespects you continually, like you don't want to be there.
Yeah. I mean, he called him Michael.
In fact, you call him Michael, bro.
That's as
That's the best player on your team,
disrespectful.
bro.
Exactly. Crazy.
And just this
Um,
Dak and just this Dak and him in the same conference, like on the first podcast we did, or the last one, I think.
yeah, yeah.
And also like CD Lamb and a couple of his teammates. CD Lamb was clamoring for him to resign, and he was upset by it.
I mean,
N- Not upset by
it's not
Micah.
on Micah though. Yeah,
Oh
I
no,
was gonna
they
say
weren't
it's not
upset
on
with
Micah
him.
at all.
No, they were upset at Jerry Jones. They're happy for Micah. They
Hmm.
want to get paid.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It's one of two things, and honestly, I think the other one's more likely. One, he's just trying to get these contract talks over with. He wants an extension, and this is his way to get it faster. Or two, he might honestly just want to leave Dallas. He might want to go somewhere else. He might not want to play under Jerry Jones anymore. And at that point, after like everything that's happened the past few months, that's fair. That's more than fair. I don't blame him if he wants to leave, and if this isn't just a play to get more money to get a higher contract than what maybe he would have gotten if he signed even a week ago, you know?
True. I mean, if he did get paid, he was definitely going to be like the highest. But a couple like before it reached to this point, he was going to get like a little discount so they could help the team build. You know, I'm all about like
Yeah.
selfless like superstars and stuff like that. He was going to like take less money. You know, he deserved the most. And he's going to build around. But Jerry couldn't see that, and now here we are, and we don't know what the state of Dallas is going to be.
Yeah, and I mean Dallas made a couple good moves this offseason, right? We're not going to deny that.
Oh yeah,
But Micah is one of your guys. He makes him being there or him not being there makes a huge impact on your team, no matter who you get in return.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they like you said, they made accusations like getting in George Pickens. I think Javonte Williams is there. I mean, not really much of an upgrade, but you still got George Pickens there. Still need work defensively. You still have been third best in your division, in my opinion, no matter what would happen. Maybe you have like a bounce back season, but we probably weren't going anywhere. The defense still needs some work, but other than that, you're really stuck in the mud. You'll definitely get a lot of assets,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it on Micah. I think he wants to leave, right? I don't think he's if he gets offered like a really big extension, obviously he's gonna take it. I think at this point he would prefer to leave.
oh yeah, he definitely prefer to leave. That whole long thing he posted. Yeah, he wants to leave,
Yeah,
and his teammates don't blame him. Don't blame him either.
and they shouldn't, because I think they obviously understand his situation more than anybody else do. They play under Jones too. It's probably terrible, to be honest.
Oh, it's terrible. They haven't won. They haven't been made a championship game in almost 30 years, if not 30 years.
That's
And they try to make contract negotiations for like months, and nothing transpired at all.
yeah, because they're not paying him what he's owed. It's not what he wants to be paid. It's what he's owed.
Facts. It's terrible. Hopefully, all gets resolved. But if not, I don't know the odds or what team he goes to has a lot of assets. I've been seeing the Bears. They'll be pretty tough. That'll be nice. Can't lie. But other than that, you give a hefty amount.
Yeah, of course, of course.
But on the other side of requesting a trade in the same division, Washington Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin requests a trade after another contract stall.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same situation in a way. This one came first. This one came this morning. Uh, Washington, of course. I think Terry honestly wants to leave Washington for sure, right? I think
Yeah,
more than Michael would want to leave Dallas at this point. The thing is, though, it's already been reported very recently. I think a few minutes ago, Washington's not planning to trade him. Even with the
yeah.
trade request, Washington's not getting rid of him. That means they're gonna have to make a huge deal because if not, he walks. Right? That's the situation. I think Washington has now Terry's kind of forced the Commanders to pay him what he's worth.
Oh yeah, and he's worth in that $30 million range. Like I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't blame him because without Terry McLaurin, their success was pretty high last year. Making it to the championship game, a 12-5 record. I mean, that's the number one. That's the number one weapon.
Of course, yeah, and
And
especially for a
McLaurin been there
guy,
for the dog days. He's been there for a grip.
yes, especially when you have like a QB that you have a young one. A guy like McLaurin could be a great 1-2 duo right there. So he should be secured. I agree with what Washington's trying to do there. They shouldn't try to get rid of him. They should try to secure him at least, I'd say at least 30 million, where he's worth 30, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And yeah, I think a guy like Terry, you have to keep him if you want to make sure that Jaden continues to grow into a superstar.
Oh yeah, I mean he's ready to rising. He's ready to rise superstar. I mean he DK. I don't care McLaurin to DK Metcalf. He's making 33 million a year, 4 year, 132. It should be fair that he should be around that range
Yeah,
of a DK
yeah,
Metcalf
yeah, I agree completely.
because without him, listen, you have a very good chance to get back to the championship game. If not even win all, you made a lot of accusations, especially defensively. Your O line, Laramie Tunzel, bring back Von Miller, even though he's old, he still do some stuff too. But just get it done. This might be more. I was about to say more dumber than the Cowboys thing, but I don't know if you can get dumber than that.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, the Micah situation is on a different level just because of who Micah is.
He's a superstar. Even though McLaurin, I think McLaurin's like in his 30s, like lower 30s. You still got to still pay him.
He's 29.
Thank you, 29. Pay him.
Yeah, and in Washington still has they would still have a good team without him, right? But I think really he takes them over that heap where you could put the Commanders in a 4-5 team situation, like top four, top five, really with a chance to compete.
Oh yeah, definitely, and definitely they could win the division, and they should. They probably most likely will be in the playoffs with him or without him. But to be with him, that's to win the whole thing. If they don't have him, I don't know if they could even. I don't know if they could like get to the similar successes last season. And I saw stuff online that I don't think teams will even want to trade for McLaurin.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think they get to where they were last season if they don't have Terry this year.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
just my thoughts. That's my prediction.
And I saw some of the odds. I mean, obviously, Commanders are going to be up there. I saw the Patriots at plus 450. The Raiders at plus 500. That'll be kind of nice. Can't even lie. And the rest are like a steady dip afterwards, like plus 1100 and over. So he's most likely going to. I feel more confident in him staying with the Commanders than Michael Parsons staying with the Cowboys. Even though I think both are probably going to get re-signed.
Yeah, I mean, I think if one of them, if I had to pick one of them to go, I think Micah has a much better chance of going, right? But I also think that both of them might end up, signing a deal, staying locked down for the next few seasons. But the Micah situation is more complicated because I do honestly see a world where he wants to leave, whereas Terry McLaurin, he's not even going anywhere. I mean, Washington pretty much confirmed that they're going to keep him.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the QB numbers right now. I mean, well, not QB, wide receiver salaries right now. Jamar Chase got 40 million. Then Jay Jettas at 35. CeeDee Lamb at 34. Metcalf at 32 million. Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown. I'm around 30. So he could easily fit into that range. It shouldn't
Yeah, I
be like
mean,
difficult at all.
he should be earning like just under what some of those guys named. I mean, 30 seems like a perfectly reasonable amount, I'd say.
Yeah, like 30 is like perfect, like literally spot on. Then you be happy, and then you have a very good chance of winning your division, if not win the conference and Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree. I think they got to keep him if they really want to contend next season.
All right, next up we got Daryl Morey comments on the 2020 championship, and it should be marked with an asterisk. This is what he said. Had the Rockets won the title, I absolutely would have celebrated it as a legitimate knowing the immense effort and resilience required, Morey said. Yet everyone I speak around the league privately agrees that it doesn't truly hold up as a genuine championship. Perhaps the lasting legacy of the NBA bubble is that the NBA should be proud of its leadership at the both of the beginning and the end of the pandemic, even though the champion will forever be marked by an asterisk.
Yeah, I mean, he's an idiot in my opinion for saying that. I think anyone who agrees with him is also very stupid. Never understood that point, that argument by fans, by the media, by staff, by everybody that the bubble was easier because you were trapped. You were essentially trapped. You can't go anywhere. You can barely leave your hotel room. You just have to sit there, practice, nothing but practice. You can't go see your families. You can't do anything, right? That is harder. That is harder than a regular playoff run. I'm not sure where this entire point came from, where it's easier, where it's a Mickey Mouse ring. It was more challenging to win a ring under those circumstances. It was more challenging to play under those circumstances. So I'm not sure what Daryl Morey is talking about. And every single time I hear fans say the same thing, I just don't get it. I don't get the hate for the bubble. The bubble was a harder period of time than what regular season basketball is and what playoff basketball is.
Yeah, you know Family Guy?
Yeah, of course.
Where Peter tells Meg his daughter to shut up. Shut up, Meg.
Yeah,
Shut up, Daryl. Like, first of all, what are you talking? Like, he was with the Rockets at that point too. Like, he obviously let go, so it's a little biased. What's the difference of the Rockets winning and the Lakers winning? Probably because of LeBron.
I mean, the difference for him is that he was in Houston. That's the difference for Daryl Morey, that it would have been his ring and not LA's. Then he wouldn't have any problem with it being in the bubble, right?
Yeah, and like you said, it was like one. like won hearts. I mean, like mentally, like the Clippers wanted to leave. You had Lou Will go to Atlanta for some for some chicken. And we had like Pandemic P, and bro, we had like some of the best hoops, like Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray going at it in the first round, like 50 pieces everywhere. AD looking like the best player in the world. Jimmy Buckets going crazy. Bubba Warren,
Exactly.
Damian Lillard going insane. Luca,
They had to stay there and hoop. That was all they could do. Where you could talk about, oh, they were like living in mansions and shit. Cool. They were there to play basketball, just like they would be there to play basketball if it was a regular championship series, if it was a regular playoff series. Nothing changes. The only thing that changes is that they're under more difficult circumstances. So again, if anything, a bubble ring should be in higher regard, should be in higher standing. Because think about everything that they had to go through. They couldn't even see their families. They could not see their families. They weren't playing in front of a crowd. There was no home court advantage. They were playing in
yep.
front of empty arenas with screens on it. With
Oh
Ronnie
yeah.
2K sitting there looking straight at a game for 40 minutes, even though it was probably pre-recorded in the first place.
Now shout out Ronnie. Those were good times playing
Yeah,
2K. It was
I
definitely a
mean, it
good
was
day.
Of course, it was a great time, but when you think about it from like an outside perspective, like think about how difficult it would have been for those players or how it was for those players. And considering the fact that Daryl Morey was there, he should know that more than anybody else.
Then again, he wasn't a player, so it takes like a lot of like mental strain, like you said, players with their families and stuff like where with their families, you're inside pretty much the whole time. You can't leave the bubble for like months. Months.
Yeah, it was months.
I think it started like July, end of July or something, and they ended what October when the Lakers won.
I think October 11th was the last day of the bubble.
So 3 months.
Yes, and I think the teams that lost got to leave.
Oh
I
yeah, they had
I
to.
think so, right?
Yep.
Because I don't think they kept every single team in the mansion. But for a team like the Lakers and for a team like Miami, right? For them, they had to stay there for 3 months with nothing.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only reason they probably will discredit it is because LeBron. He's in the GOAT conversation, stuff like that. Because the Lakers, say Miami won, they'll have a statue of Jimmy Butler right now.
Of course. Yeah, and I'm a Miami fan. I could agree on that. Here's the thing: a lot of these fans, like, they don't want to give LeBron his credit. They don't want to give him his four. They want to put an asterisk on the fourth because 3 to 6 looks a lot less comparable than 4 to 6.
First of all, that 3-6,
That's
two of them don't count.
mm,
That 2015 don't count.
crazy,
The
crazy.
losses.
Oh, no, I was talking about the record. Sorry, not the record. I was talking about the comparison between him and the second greatest of all time.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah, your shit. Yep,
the
talk.
number
Talk.
the number of rings.
Yep.
I mean, it looks way better to have won 4 rings than to have won 3 rings, and it's way closer. Even though it's just one more championship, right?
Yeah, it's
First of all,
math.
a championship is over 100 games. Every single season, over 100 games to win a ring, right? So
Yeah.
you add another one of those, it means a lot. It means a lot.
You have to win, I think 16, you have to win 16 games in the playoffs in order to win, plus the competition. I mean, competition is high, so you can pretty much focus on basketball,
Of course, yeah.
unless you're freaking
And
Twitch streaming.
yeah, and in the bubble, I think it was less obviously, right? Because they had the lockdown, and then only a few teams were invited. But still, it's the same situation, right? LeBron did not win one game to win the championship. He won the season.
Facts.
You gotta include every single game he won the regular season, every single game he won the playoffs, not just Game 6 of the NBA of the 2020 NBA Finals. That's not how it works. That's never how it's worked.
And before the stoppage, they're on their way pretty much to a
Yeah,
championship.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think a lot of people predicted LA to win the ring. That's what they did. I don't see. Listen, if Houston, I'll say this: if Houston did win the ring in 2020, it would have been very impressive, right?
It would have
But you
been
can't
impressive.
just, yeah, but you can't discredit the guys who won just because you lost.
Exactly. Especially because their team was like small ball at that point. They just traded Clint Capella, Robert Covington, and PJ Tucker were running the five for them.
Yeah, I
That should
mean,
that would have been very impressive game.
it was a crazy lineup, honestly.
It was crazy, but they almost lost in the first round to the Thunder. That was a fun team with Chris Paul, a very young Shea. That was a fun team. I can't lie. It was a bad
Yeah,
team.
that Rockets team for a good few seasons was pretty fun, very exciting.
Oh, it was fun. Then that marked the end of the James Harden era
Yeah.
and kept bouncing from team to team. Now he's in
hmm
the unction, as everyone calls it now, with the Clippers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're looking at Harden himself back to all-star level. I think especially last year, he had a really good 24-25 season from what I remember.
Oh yeah, he was pretty good. He was solid. He was good.
I'd consider it a comeback year for Harden.
Another one.
No, I mean, I last year, like this past season,
Oh yeah, it was a
I would
comeback.
consider that a comeback season.
He came back, then it went down in the in the playoffs like always.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
But
but
yeah,
no, go
what
ahead,
were we
go
gonna
ahead.
say? I was just gonna say, I mean, it's a stupid take, right? And I'm not sure if he's lying about other executives thinking the same thing that the bubble ring doesn't mean as much. Um, but yeah, I think it should be the opposite. I think people should consider the bubble ring an even more impressive championship than a regular championship, not as a Mickey Mouse ring.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I mean, it should be held like the same amount of value as a regular season. Some rings may hold like different values than others, like say 2016 3-1, or Dirk's 2011, or the Warriors like 2018 ring. So each ring's gonna have a different value,
Yeah,
but of course it's gonna be asterisk to every ring, but you should still hold it at like the val like you still have the ring. A lot of legends don't
yeah,
have rings.
yeah. I mean, a ring is a ring, right? Obviously, some are more like they require harder work, right? And especially when a team's not projected to win and they end up winning, it's more impressive in a way. But at the same time, the ring should still count as like a single ring. One shouldn't count as more than one, and then if it took less effort, it still shouldn't count as less as one. A championship is a championship.
Oh yeah. But we'll go to the final NBA topic. Mikal Bridges signed an extension with the Knicks, 4 year, $156 million. If you're the Knicks, I'm a native New York fan. You had to get it done.
Yeah, I mean,
You,
he was great for New York last season. He's going to continue to be great. He's still in his 20s. Uh, so he's on for another four, right?
yeah, my bad. It was 4 year 150, not 156.
Okay, 4 years, 150. These next 4 years, he's going to be a key player for you guys. He's going to keep making an impact. He made a huge impact last season. For New York, he made a huge impact. Um, he is like, I always look back to that one Brooklyn year, right? Before he got hurt, he was going off. Or
Oh yeah.
sorry, no,
After he was
was that the
traded,
year? Yeah, no, but there was a year where he got hurt, I believe.
was it the year like his first full season?
It might
Because
have been.
the half season with Brooklyn, he was actually cooking.
There
Yeah, like,
was a time. There was a time I remember when Mikal Bridges was going off.
yeah, he was going on. He was at like 27 with the Nets.
That might have been it.
Like
26,
after he got
26,
traded.
27, something like that.
Yeah, like 22, 23 season after he got traded for KD. Cooked, cooked.
Yeah, and like that's not what's expected of it in New York, obviously, when you have guys like Cat and Brunson. But what he contributes is something that every single team needs, I think. Every team needs a guy like Mikal Bridges.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, 3 and D. This guy was like I think running up for Defensive Player of the Year a few years ago. Had ups and downs with the Knicks, but in the playoffs against Boston, came up huge with two back-to-back stops against Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in games 1 and 2. Helped us win the series, go to the conference finals for the first time in like 25 years. And now the Knicks are favorites to go to the finals and possibly win it.
Yeah,
They're championship contenders. I mean, it's them in Cleveland right now. And obviously, some teams got better, like the Magic, the Hawks are sleepers as well. Some teams diminish. Some,
there's
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of teams that are like in that conversation, especially in the East, that is close. Like things like extending Mikal Bridges, that puts some teams like ahead of others, and this is gonna be one of those things where you have him until he's like 32, 33, and by then I would assume that he's still or just out of his prime. You pretty much have him for the rest of his prime, right?
Yeah,
And if you lock down the rest of your team, at least a majority of the rest of your team, you're always going to be a team that is a threat to make the conference finals, maybe even the finals. I mean, they could have this season, this past season, they could have. They were close. But this is now a team that's going to be a contender for at least the next few years, I'd say.
they're gonna be a contender.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought you
I
said
think
not.
they'll stay
Or
a contender.
yeah, good. I would,
No, they will. They will be. They
okay,
will
if you
be.
just said not, I would have crashed out. Nah, but the thing with this Knicks team is they're all in their prime, like you said. No one's like old or like young. They're like right in the middle of their prime. You got Yabusele and you got Clarkson. Two, you needed more depth. You got it. Maybe some young pieces develop along under Mike Brown. Maybe get Aria Huperti. I don't know how to pronounce your name. He's a nice big. Tyler Kolek could get some minutes as well. Hakom Dadier as well could get some minutes as well. But we'll see how it plays under Mike Brown.
Yeah, and I mean now you have Bridges locked down, you have Cat locked down, you have Brunson locked down. New York's going to be a team to look out for, and they already are. But I mean, they're going to be a team that you have to continue to look out for.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Knicks. I mean, this is the best Knicks team a lot of these people have seen in their lifetime. Been over 50 years since they've won a championship. Hopefully, this is the year. You got a lot of injuries in the East and a lot of major movements, but you and Cleveland are the higher echelon, and there should be no excuses. There should be no excuses because last year was your year, and I'm still haunted by Game One. Still haunted.
Yeah, I mean,
But go ahead.
this is a team that you could expect to make the conference finals, right?
Yeah, I would
This
assume
is a
so.
team. Yeah, this is a team that could make the finals, and I wouldn't like be too shocked. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be shocked at all at this point. But at the same time, the East is just so competitive right now, where you have multiple teams that are all in that same situation.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like neck and neck, but I'll say Cleveland and New York are the two front runners. You have some teams sprinkled in, like the Pistons are still gonna be there. The Hawks got much better. The Magic. Am I missing some teams?
Yeah, you're
The
missing
Bucks. I mean, you still
Indiana.
got Giannis. Indiana, sure, we'll sprinkle in Indiana. Um,
No, we'll come on, we'll give Indiana their respect.
but you need Halliburton. They're in like the back tier, like middle tier a little bit. And you got Miami, whatever they're gonna do.
Yes, you're right because I believe Halliburton, unless I'm wrong, I believe he's gonna miss this next season.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Yeah, he's
And it
out for
goes
the entire
Miles
season.
Turner. That's a
Even
biggie.
then, yeah, true. I mean, even then, you do have like Siakam, you have you have Mathurin, you have Nemhard, you have Nesmith, where you have a solid team with a solid foundation that could make the playoffs. Right, I'm probably missing a couple times. I'm probably missing a couple players there, But I mean, I don't see them like making it past the first. Maybe they make it to the second, but they're not making it past the second for sure.
Oh yeah, it would be successful. They make it to the second round.
Yeah, unless come playoff time they could get their star back in some capacity.
I don't think
Unless
they
that
want to do
happens, I
that.
don't see them. Yeah, I mean it would depend on if Indiana finds a way to make it out the first round. If he's cleared but not fully healthy, I'd consider something, but that's for them to figure out.
I don't know. You don't want to like re-rupture his Achilles, and he's still young, so it's not. There's no pressure right now. You still got like a lot of time left.
True.
Also, the
Yeah.
Sixers. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, or if Embiid's healthy. I don't know if any update with Embiid right now. You still got Maxey. I
Fit.
I expect Paul George to bounce back a little bit. I like their rookie Edgecombe. McCain's coming back, and you got I don't know Quinn Grimes. They still didn't make a deal with him. There's still a lot of good free agents out there, but you got the franchise and Maxey right now just leading the way.
Yeah, I mean Philly. I like VJ, right? I think VJ was a really good pickup, and he's gonna end up being like a star in my opinion, honestly, because he has the mentality to be. But with Embiid, the Embiid situation is kind of uncertain. I think with looking at the rest of the team, I'm not sure if they're a playoff team, right? Maybe they're a play-in team, but I don't know if they make the playoffs. I'd say I don't think so.
So no playoffs.
For Philly, okay. If Embiid turns out to be healthy when he does return for a majority of the season, and he's able to find that chemistry with PG, that's how they make the playoffs. But that's two things. He has to be healthy, and he has to find chemistry with Paul George. If one of those two things don't happen, then they're not making the playoffs.
And also remember, some of these teams might take a dip in the standings from last year,
Yeah, of course.
and
Uh,
it all relies on like health and stuff too,
that's
and
true.
the
You can never
performance
predict
of
that.
the players.
Yeah, I mean Milwaukee's gonna be a team to look out for, right? Because of course you're heading into the new season without Dame. But at the same time, I mean, you have Miles Turner now, so you brought in like he's an all-star level player, but he is a very good center. He's one of the better centers in the NBA for sure.
Yeah.
You have a growing bench. You have a young growing bench led by AJ Green. You have it's about Kuzma in Milwaukee. I think Kuzma's gonna be like the X factor.
The X factor, bro, has to be a factor first.
No, but honestly, I think if Kuzma has an up season, then Milwaukee's going to be a team to look out for. If Kuzma continues to play worse, then I don't know what I would see in Milwaukee this season.
This just reminds me of like
I
the
think
Cavs from back in the day, like the 2018 Cavs. You have like a very good superstar, and then you got a semi All Star player, but not really. If he performs good, he can be Miles Turner, and then you got some like good role players. But
yeah,
other than that,
and
that's it.
it's going to be KPJ's first full season on the books, right? So
Yeah.
that's something to look out for. They did bring in some new guys.
Oh yeah.
I think Gary Trent's gonna start this year because
Yeah,
of
he's
course they
back.
don't have Dame anymore. So
They tried to bring in Marcus Smart too, but that didn't work out. Obviously, he went to the Lakers instead.
yeah, I mean the team would look much better with Marcus Smart on it, right? But either way, this is a solid roster in Milwaukee. Honestly, I think it is gonna end up being how Kuzma plays. If he could drop like 17, 18 a night on solid efficiency, then this is a playoff team. But if he
Oh
stays in
yeah.
like the 14, 15 range, continues to take bad shots, not be like an efficient player, consistent player, then I mean I think the team could still make the playoffs because when you have a guy like Giannis, he's gonna bring your team to the playoffs. He's gonna bring your team to the postseason. but they might not get out the first round.
Yeah, I mean, they probably won't get out of the first round, like you said. Resign a couple of their players, Kevin Porter Jr., Torian Prince, Jericho Sims. Also signed Cole Anthony too, which is honestly a good pickup.
Yeah, Cole Anthony's a good pickup. And still young, I believe, right?
What happened?
25, 25 years old.
Who Cole Anthony?
Yeah. And
Oh
you
yeah, he's still
find
pretty
that
young.
like yeah, you find that early you find a way to get that early Orlando Cole Anthony back pre-injury, you have something there. But that's gonna be a tough ask because injuries have derailed him heavily.
Oh yeah, but I would still take the gamble, but nonetheless, we'll see where Milwaukee goes. Probably like mid tier. I don't know if they'll be like top three in the East, but definitely probably top six. I don't see
Yeah,
Giannis being a play-in team.
I don't think they're gonna be top three, right? Especially not with this
Yeah,
Eastern Conference.
yeah,
Playoffs,
no,
I could see playoffs, yeah.
yeah. I don't see a Giannis-led team in the plan. But like you said, it depends on Kuzma, Miles Turner. Hopefully, he could like develop into like maybe a 20 and 10 type of player, especially now because he's like the second option.
Yeah.
But we'll see where
But
that
yeah, I mean
goes.
just overall the Mikal Bridges extension was a really good idea. You're not overpaying for a guy like that. I think that's what he's worth, especially in this league, right? And I think New
Yeah,
York's gonna continue to be a team to look out for.
he took less money too, by like a few $1 million to have more flexibility for his team around and win championship, well then win a championship and like get better. And you love that. Like I just said, you love to sacrifice money. Like Brunson took a hefty less amount of money, like over 100 million to re-sign a
Yep.
Mikal Bridges like that, and still you bring in a Yabu Sele, like a Jordan Clarkson, and you still have a piece for like another player as well.
Yeah, I mean that New York team wants to win. I think one of the things is that 156 that you mentioned earlier, I could be wrong. I think that's what his original extension would have been.
Yeah, it was 4 year 150. But it was the 6 million. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was 6 million I saw. But we're gonna move on to the last topic of today with Conor McGregor in the testing pool. He officially re-enters the testing pool planned ahead of his UFC comeback. He played against Dustin Poirier in his last fight in 2021, and now he is back.
Yeah, I mean, Connor's back, right? He was supposed to return June last year. He got injured. He's back again. I think this is his first test sessions in 4 years. I don't think he took one when he was preparing for the fight against Chandler. This is great news, right? Because Connor's been talking about a return, but it's all been words. At this point, he's finally taking action. Re-entering the testing pool means that he's honestly taking it seriously. He's looking for a return. Chandler's not booked for a fight, obviously. He had that Patty loss, but it seems like late 2025 or maybe early 2026 could be the time. I think it might be 2026 because 4.5 months for Connor's comeback might not be enough for him. Early 2026, we finally get McGregor Chandler, and this could, I mean, you never know with a guy like Connor, but this is the first time in a long time where we've heard some good news. And re-entering the testing pool is really good news and a really positive outlook.
Oh yeah, definitely said he was scheduled to finally fight Michael Chandler, like you said, and this is great news for UFC. He's honestly one of my favorites, and even though there's been like a lot of controversies, but hey, it's good to have him back.
Yeah, I mean, controversy has always surrounded Connor, right? That's not going to change. Here's the thing with Dana White, and this is how he's always been. He's going to sign the best fighters. He's gonna keep the best fighters, and he's gonna keep the guys who draw. Dana White will never, under any circumstances, release Conor McGregor from his contract, right? And I think sponsors
Oh
understand
yeah.
too why Conor McGregor has brought in the most money in UFC history by far. I think he has 6 or 7 pay-per-views that sold over 1 million buys, which when you think about that, like that's crazy. There were 7 times where over 1 million people paid $80 to watch him fight. And then, of course, you had the massive Floyd fight, which boosted his stock even more. Conor might be the biggest draw in combat sports history. That includes boxing, that includes everything. I think Conor might be the biggest draw.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you said with that fight with Floyd Mayweather, I remember that like it was yesterday, bro. That thing was legendary. And he probably most likely did make the most. Wow, voice crack at 20 years old is crazy, but he most likely did make the most amount of money. And like you said, you're gonna keep having fights, and this is big news for UFC. Also in sports in general. I mean, this guy's mad entertaining.
Yeah, of course. And if I'm thinking about his fight with Chandler, I think if that's the way to go, if Chandler is the way to go, it's not a completely losable fight. There is a slight chance that Conor actually pulls away with the victory there.
Against Chandler.
Yeah. I mean, it's slight. Right at this point, it's slight against anybody. But Chandler is a guy who. We're talking about Michael Chandler, a guy who got submitted by a knockout artist, a guy who got knocked out by a submission artist. We're talking about a guy who's so unpredictable in the worst way possible. And I like watching Chandler fight. Chandler's one of my favorite fighters. But he's the exact type of guy to slip up against Conor McGregor.
So who do you think will win?
It's a hard fight to predict. I would have to think about that. I'm just saying there's a lot more worse. This is one of the better fights for Conor. I don't think he wins against. I don't know if he beats a single ranked guy at 155 right now, but if I were to pick one, it would probably be Michael Chandler.
How is McGregor right now?
He's like 36, 37, I believe.
37. And boxing age
37,
is
yeah.
yeah, boxing age is different from like any other sports age. But then he did come off a broken leg, and they might target that leg. But you think? Would you
Yeah, I
think he would
mean,
like lose a step?
To Mike, I mean, I would assume so. That would be my original prediction. But there's keys to victory there for Conor.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's for sure some keys, but I want to see how he. I want to see how like how he moves, how he looks, and then like you said, it's hard to determine.
Yeah, it's gonna be because we also haven't seen him since June 2021. He's coming off 2 losses, obviously that major injury that he had, which ended the third Dustin fight. But I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I think the major thing that we have to look at is how much his skill has deteriorated and how his mentality is going into the fight.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Any last thoughts on McGregor?
I mean, I'm excited, right? I'm excited to see the press conferences. I think him and Chandler is big enough to do a world tour for. And yeah, I mean, that's it, right? I mean, when Conor fights, it's not just MMA fans watching, it's everybody watching.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's everybody watching not only like UFC, but when you hear like a name like that, the whole world's gonna tune in. Whether if you're not even like a fan like that, you're still gonna tune in because of the name.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think we covered everything, right?
Yeah, we got everything.
All right. That is all for Crunch Time Chaos, episode 3. Make sure you like the podcast, subscribe on Spotify, Insta, TikTok, and YouTube. And we'll catch you on Tuesday. We'll catch you.